budget. There's nothing like open budget. If you want to buy a property, you know exactly how much you want to spend on buying that property. So, for realtors listening to this, don't waste your time. Anybody that tells you open budget is just wasting your time. The mistake most people make is that they go ahead to buy a property from Omonile. And then, these people can sell one land for like 15 different people. And then you get to, encounter different problems. Exactly. Have you ever seen anybody that does 9 to 5 that is among the Forbes list of billionaires? For weird. 9 to 5 cannot give you the money you want. So you have to get into a business that affords you the opportunity to make as much money as possible.
I'll come back to this.
And that is the real estate business. Now, people are also migrating from land sales to houses. I know a lot of real estate companies that, have done land banking in the past, but now, some of them have made money and then they want to go into building sustainable houses, affordable houses, for people. We have a lot of issues where people will come for inspection after, seeing the property and then staying in the sun, showing them the property, ensuring that they are fine. They get back home and the next thing they tell you is, I'll get back to you. It's frustrating.
Welcome to Orange Vibes. I'm your host, Oche Daniel. With me in the studio is a brand strategist, a creative director, MD and co-founder of Todal Media, Mr. Onoche Tony.
Hi guys, welcome to Orange Vibe. I guess you're enjoying yourself, okay? We're about to have a fantastic discussion. Stay tuned and enjoy this. Thank you.
And we have a special guest, a multiple award-winning realtor, ECOWAS Youth Ambassador, Forbes member, president of the Real Estate Warrior, in the person of Dr. Desire Peters. Woo! So it's a pleasure to have you today.
Thank you so much. I'm super excited.
My chairman. You're welcome to have you.
Excited to be here.
Thank you so much. So, sir, how has been the sector all this while, the real estate sector and everything?
The real estate sector, especially in Lagos, has been very booming over the last couple of years. The last 3 to 4 years have been booming when it comes to real estate, especially in the Ekpe and the Bejuleki corridor. You have a whole lot of people that have invested in properties in those areas because of the strategic landmarks in those areas. So when it comes to those areas, we have beautiful landmarks, especially in Ekpe. Back in the days, we used to literally beg people to buy land in Ekpe, but right now we don't beg people anymore because the value there is top notch. Are you aware that there is $100 million Africa Film City that the Lagos State government is building in Ekpe right now?
Exactly, yeah.
It's beautiful, it's big, it's massive. We have the Lagos State Food, Logistics and Security Hub. It's right there in Ekpe. A lot of amazing landmarks. We have the Lekki International Airport. It's going to be at Ayetoro, very close to Ekpe. Beautiful stuff. When it comes to Bejuleki, you have amazing landmarks. The Dangote Refinery is there, the Deep Sea Port is there. So, gone are the days where people do not see the need to buy. Now, we just show them these landmarks and project what is going to come in the future and tell them to key in. 3-4 years ago, we still used to sell a property in Ekpe for like 650,000, 900,000. Yeah. But now, the least plot you can get in Ekpe from a real estate company is like 5 million naira. So it's booming.
That's a good one. Okay, my next question is this. Like, as the president of the Real Estate Warriors, okay, what initiative are you guys bringing into the picture to change the real estate sector? How do you see that?
Okay, so Real Estate Warriors is a real estate marketing group that is poised to help people maximize and make a lot of money for themselves. So before it was founded, I got to find out that a lot of people, used to go to 9 to 5, the rat race, struggling to get 50, 60, 70,000 at the end of the month. And it didn't really make any sense to me. So we decided to create a platform whereby people can make a lot of money by selling real estate. So the way it works is you register as a consultant, and the beautiful thing is you don't need to have knowledge about the business. Just come the way you are. We also partner with real estate companies to be able to provide trainings and coachings to these realtors. So even if you don't know anything about the business, just come. We train you, we coach you, and then we get you certified in the real estate business. And then you get to make money for yourself by selling properties and earning commission. You can make as much as $500,000 every month, to a million or more. That is, it depends
Every
on
month.
yes, every
Wow.
month. So it actually depends on how serious you are in the business. What you put in is what you get out. So that's the way we've been
It has
operating.
been a wonderful journey. I can see that.
I'm really, really inspired. Now, the name Desire is a very wonderful name. And I'm sure that you desire to ensure that most of your clients are getting like the right property and what they pay for. They're really seeing the result, right? Now, I want to know how has it been like the journey of trying to get the right property for most of your clients? Like, how has it been like?
Okay, when it comes to real estate, people need to understand that they need to buy properties from verified real estate consultants, one. Secondly, verified real estate companies. The mistake most people make is that they go ahead to buy a property from Omonile. And then, these people can sell one land for like 15 different people. And then you get to, encounter different problems. I heard of a story from a friend of mine where somebody he knew bought a land from Omonile. Until today, that guy still doesn't know where the land is. Anytime he's trying to look for where the land is, he just gets missing. He doesn't know where the land is. You can call it voodoo, you can call it black magic, but a lot of stuff are involved. So what the real estate companies do, they interface between you and the family that owns this property. So they go ahead to do all the back work and all the stress in getting the properties for you. Ensure they also ensure that the title of the property is verified, before selling them to you. So, it has been a fantastic journey, and a whole lot of clients in diaspora trust us to secure properties for them because of the track record we have over time. People buy real estate from people they know, people they like, and people they trust. So once they know you, like you, and trust you, the rest is easy.
Recently, there has been a massive migration of people from landed property to housing. I don't want to mention realtors, but I just want to say there's been a switch because there has been a major challenge in Lagos whereby a lot of people are looking at seeing that Ekpa is now a scheme that they want, government has vision. I saw a 20-year vision for Ekpe and lots of stuff are coming up. So there is now that migration. People are now leaving that sector, like landed properties, especially in these growing areas, for maybe like government and moving into the housing. I just wanted to throw more light on that, looking at that migration and everything.
Okay, when it comes to that part, you need to understand that the real estate sector, especially in Nigeria, even in Lagos, is fast changing. And it's fast changing, it's moving very fast. That's one. Secondly, realtors want to make more money for themselves. A lot of them get to make a lot of money when they sell houses compared to when they sell lands. It actually depends on the price of the land and all of that. Now, they can sell a house in maybe Orchard Road for like 150 million, and they get to earn a certain amount in commission, running into millions. But you selling a land in maybe Ekpe or Ibejeleki for like maybe 10 million, the commission might not be so high. So one, they want to make a lot of money for themselves. And then secondly, people are also migrating from land sales to houses. I know a lot of real estate companies that, have done land banking in the past, but now, some of them have made money and then they want to go into building sustainable houses, affordable houses, for people. So I guess those are some of the reasons why.
Okay, in addition to that, looking at Lagos State, what are the major challenges of real estate right now in Lagos State?
Some of the major challenges are one, high construction costs. Now, when it comes to building, especially affordable housing, the cost of materials and everything is high. The cost of cement is high. The cost of iron is high, and all of that. And it's a major challenge. Secondly, a second challenge is lack of government funding. Most times, we don't really get adequate government funding to push real estate projects and real estate developments and all of that. Another challenge is unverifiable land titles. Most people find it difficult to move on their project because the land titles are not verified, and all of that, the back and forth from the government. So if all of these schemes are made easier for people, the challenge will reduce drastically.
Okay. So now I want to ask this question because it's been bothering me. Now, going by the current challenges in the real estate sector, especially in Lagos, how do you advise first buyers? Because some of them now, because of what they've heard before, they're very, very skeptical to want to invest their hard-earned money.
Yeah.
Now, how do you be able to convince them? Because these are the major things that most realtors are finding very difficult, like to be able to convince new buyers that want to jump into the market because of what those buyers have faced before in the past, or probably maybe their friend must have had their fingers burnt, so now they are no buy property here or one thing. So how can you now convince that kind of person?
Okay, convincing that kind of person, first of all, one of the first steps is for you to be able to know and work with their budgets. Because anybody that wants to buy a property knows exactly how much they want to spend on buying that property. That is why, let me also say this here. Anytime I hear something and then somebody saying, I'm looking for a property, and then you ask them what's the budget, they say open budget. There's nothing like open budget. If you want to buy a property, you know exactly how much you want to spend on buying that property. So, for realtors listening to this, don't waste your time. Anybody that tells you open budget is just wasting your time. Now, first of all, you have to know their budget and then work with their budget. Secondly, you have to seek legal help. They have to ensure that maybe they are coming with their lawyer to ensure that the property that they are buying is solid and verified, to ensure that the title on the land is good, one, to ensure that they get the developer has gotten the right building approval and all of that. So all these things are some of
major
the
things.
Yeah, the major things.
Okay, wow. So now, another question I want to ask now is this. The journey so far, being a realtor, because most buyers, most prospects, they are very funny. They can frustrate. In fact, if you are not strong enough, you can be frustrated in the business. Yeah. In fact, it can even compel you to want to resign. I won't lie to you.
True.
So now, tell us your own part. Like, what are the challenges that you faced so far? Taking most prospects to the site, and at the end of the day, they don't like it. You have spent all time, money, and all of that. How has it been like?
It has not really been easy. The real estate business is, I'll call it a business for the strong, because it involves a lot. As realtors, you need to be able to go to the sites, do your professional videos, ensure that the client sees the property, take them for inspection and all of that. It's a long process, do you understand? But if you don't have passion for it, you might be easily frustrated. But for people like us that have seen it as a passion or as a duty to ensure that everyone owns a piece of the earth, it's not really too much of a struggle. I've been in the business for like 6 years now. Received several awards, both local and international and all of that. So for me, it's a passion, and the passion now is beyond me. The passion has now gotten into raising a team of people that can also, do this and all of that. So when it comes to taking client for inspections and all of that, at the end of the day, they don't buy. Most times it can be frustrating. Because most times you spend your time, you spend your energy, you spend the resources, and then at the end of the day, the client will just say, I'll get back to you. What are you getting back to me for? And, clients listening to this podcast, that the next time I will get back to you from anybody, we'll get that person arrested. Yes, because what are you getting back to me on? You know exactly what you want to buy, and you have made up your mind. So that I will get back to you is just a way of discharging you and saying...
Don't you feel that some of them, they must have gotten maybe a particular consultant or a realtor who has given the same information, and they are okay, they just want to hear from other people? I think some of them, they have that kind of...
Yeah, some of them are time wasters, so that's why most of the time where you get to know that they are time wasters is when you now tell them, can you come for inspections? Because the best time to close a deal on a property is when the client is standing on the property. Do you understand? So most time when you tell those time wasters, can you come for inspection, they'll they'll just give you one story. So so what we like to do is, if you're interested in the property, it's fine, come and see the property, and then we can discuss further. So that's why the people that are into housing and all of that, if you want to see a particular building, they can tell you have to pay an inspection. The reason why they're asking for that inspection fee is to bring a level of commitment from you. So because of the fact that that you have committed some money into that inspection, you want to ensure that you come.
Finish it.
So I don't know whether maybe in the real estate business very soon, if you want to buy land, we begin to tell you pay inspection. So by the time,
how would that be like?
Yes, because by the time you want to buy a property of 10 million, and I'm telling you inspection fee is 100,000, and you pay, then I know you are serious. But if you don't pay, I don't take you seriously. So maybe we should start looking at that.
Abby, but just that it want to scare some realtors, like
it will scare a lot of people away and all of that. But we are also trying to want to protect ourselves, because we have a lot of issues where people will come for inspection after seeing the property and then staying in the sun, showing them the property, ensuring that they are fine. They get back home, and the next thing they tell you is, I'll get back to you. It's frustrating. Come on. Come on.
Really frustrating.
So at your opening speech, you made mention of something. like you said, is a sector that everybody can venture into.
Yes.
Talking about the real estate sector.
Yes.
Now, I'm directing this question to you as the youth ambassador.
Okay.
Okay, so there are a lot of youth, especially a country like Nigeria, made up of more than 70% youth. Yeah, so there are many people out there who are doing nothing, who are jobless. And yeah, you're saying, okay, this sector does not really require, you'll be trained. Okay, like that. What can you say about this? Like, because we have a lot of graduates out there who are doing nothing, putting a lot of blames to the government. What I'm going to do concerning this, I just wanted to emphasize more on that statement. Come the way you are, so that our viewers and people watching this live now can know, okay, I can actually do this as a business. So I just want to throw more light on it.
Yeah, most the way we have been structured, the way we've been taught is go to school, go to primary school, go to secondary school, go to university for 4 or 5 years, graduate, go to NYSC, serve, and then look for a job. And then when you look for a job, they now start paying you 100,000 or maybe 50,000 or blah blah blah. That's the way we've been stereotyped. But we need to now start actually thinking outside of the box. Now, have you ever seen anybody that does 9 to 5 like among 4 list of billionaires? 9 to 5 cannot give you the money you want. So you have to get into a business that affords you the opportunity to make as much money as possible.
I'll come back to this.
And that is the real estate business. Now, imagine a land is 5 million naira. And then you sell the property and you are getting 10% of that money as your commission. 10% of 5 million naira is 500,000 on one plot. Imagine you sell 6 plots, that is 1 acre, that's 3 million naira. And then you can sell tomorrow, you can sell next tomorrow. There's no amount, there's nothing stopping you from selling, there's no limits. Do you understand? In this business, I have mentors that sell in acres and they've made a lot of money for themselves. And the beautiful thing about it is that as you're selling, you are getting your commission. You're also getting incentives. I've seen people that have more than 15 cars in this real estate business. They didn't buy one with their money. Now, how did it happen? They sold a particular property of high volume. They got their commission, they got their incentives. So good. So why are a lot of people? And another thing is, I feel a lot of people do not have sufficient knowledge when it comes to this business. So it's one of the reasons why we are here, to educate people, especially the young people, even the old people. You see some people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and they feel life is over. Life is not over. You can still make money while you're in your 60s. See the owner of KFC. Multi-billionaire in his 60s and 70s. So why are you giving up when you're 55? No, life is still ahead of you. You can still make money. So that is why we have real estate warriors, to empower people to make money for themselves by selling real estate. Whether you are young, whether you are old, it doesn't
really matter.
And it doesn't matter whether you have the knowledge, just come the way you are. We teach you, we do basic certification courses, we do advanced courses, we do master classes, and all of these courses are free. Because we are partners with these real estate companies, and they are paying for everything, so just come.
This is very informative and educative.
Yeah.
Funny enough, there's some people in Nigeria that don't even know much about this.
They don't know
And
about
the most interesting part is that with zero capital.
Just come the way you are.
Okay, one thing I love about what you just made mention of is that you said if you come, then he made mention of 3 categories of classes, which you go through to make you better and understand the sector well. So this another avenue for you out there watching this particular podcast right now. This is an avenue for you to be enlightened and to understand this sector for maximum productivity. Another thing again I want to say is the same thing a medical doctor is to the hospital is the same thing a realtor is to investment. What do you think about that?
Yes, it's actually very, very important. And one of the things that can stand you out in this business is knowledge. Knowledge. I right about now accounting, I have 37 different certifications in the real estate business. Yes.
Wow.
Back in the days when we started, we were so hungry for knowledge. There's the training in Uyo, I'm traveling. There's the training in Asaba, I'm going. There's one in Abuja, I'm going. So it got a particular day, I was cleaning the house, and then I opened my drawer where I keep, and then I was counting. I was like, wow, 37. I was like, so knowledge. So that is one of the things that can easily stand you out and differentiate you. There are a lot of realtors in the business, but you can stand out. You can stand out. And one of the things that will make you stand out is knowledge. And just differentiate yourself, bring a different pattern. Something that people have not seen before. It can be in the way you advertise your property. You can, just be unique.
Okay, now let's talk about the coastal road.
Okay.
Most developers are happy concerning the coastal road. Now, what can you really say about it in the aspect of appreciation? Do you think it will actually add values to that property effectively?
Yes, the coastal road is a very massive project from the federal government, and developers that have properties around the coastal road that maybe do not fall into the area of demolition and all of that, right about now they are very happy, because it only means that those particular properties will appreciate in value. If those properties are selling for 15 million right now, you can trust me that when the project starts, it can go as much as 40 million, 50 million. In the next couple of years, 100 million and above. So when it comes to developers that have properties in that area that are still safe, is massive appreciation for them.
I only saw realtors talking about the appreciation within Lagos alone. What about other people? Okay, let's look at the sector now, because if we're looking at the appreciation only from Lagos, what about people in other states where the same coastal road will pass? Will that value that is coming to the sector in Lagos, will it also affect them also?
Yes, one of the strategic things that people should look out for when they want to key into real estate investment is location. Location is very important. The place or where you have your property, and is strategically located to an amazing landmark, determines how fast that property will appreciate in value. So whether the property is in Lagos, whether the land is in Abeokuta, all of the states that coastal road will pass through, ensure, it's very, very clear that all of those properties will increase in value because of that coastal road. It's a major, major landmark. So imagine this is the coastal road passing and you have, your property just along this area, and, it's beautiful. So it doesn't matter whether the property is in Lagos, all of the states that the coastal road will pass through definitely is huge appreciation for those properties.
There are many young people watching this right now. Many of them are confused about life. They don't even know whether to go from right to left. They are confused about life right now. What would be your advice to these ones?
My advice to these people should be, first, find your purpose.
Okay.
The day you start living is the day you discover your purpose. The day you discover the reason why you're on earth. Secondly, find your passion. Look for something that sets you on fire. Look for something that you do naturally, that is not like too much, something that you enjoy doing. For me, helping and ensuring people, get their dream properties and dream home is like a big thing for me, because the satisfaction on their faces. We've sold lots of houses, in different locations in Lagos and other states. Just that satisfaction of seeing a person walk into their home for the first time, taking pictures. It gives me a kind of satisfaction. Do you understand? And also mentoring people, especially the young people, about the business also gives me satisfaction. I have when I just started, I had 12 people. That I specifically said, okay, these ones I'm going to pour myself into them and replicate myself into them, to the point that if I'm not there, they can do exactly what I'm doing. Do you understand? And I did that, and I told them, get your 12. So it has been like that for the last couple of years. Okay. So that's why we keep on expanding, we keep on growing. And Real Estate Warriors, we have our presence in over 12 states of Nigeria. Wow. We have realtors in all of these places, so it's like a massive movement. Do you understand? So the idea is to become the biggest and best realtor group in Africa.
So what's your biggest challenge in this sector? Personally?
One of the biggest challenges that I have is when you get to sell a property and then later you now found out that the property's title has been revoked by the government. As I'm talking to you right now, we have some of such issues where people that have bought lands, even from real estate companies, that's why there's a lot that is happening in Ekpe right now. A lot of people need to be careful. That's why if you check, most realtors are running away from selling Ekpe because of some of these issues. If you are going through the Ekpe corridor, you see that even some of these people that say they have estates, some of their fences have been pulled down. Yeah, some of their fences have been taken down. Some have just been confiscated by by different people, land grabbers, government. So, that is one of the major challenges for me. We had one of such issue, but we were able to resolve it because we spoke to the real estate company and told them, you have to reallocate these clients another property. Not where they bought, but somewhere else, so that they won't lose their money. Somewhere that the appreciation can also be good. So for me, that is one of the major challenges. That's why I tell people, if you want to buy a property, always ensure you do your search. When you buy from a Monile, it's worse. You are even very safe when you buy from a real estate company, because whatever problem comes on that property, they can sort it out for you.
Exactly.
If the government confiscates it, they can quickly get another property and reallocate you. Do you understand? So that has been one of my biggest challenges.
Tell us one thing that always motivates you every day to push to keep on going every day? What is that one thing?
I'll call that one thing purpose, and I will also say that when I look at people that have gone ahead of me in this business, see what they've achieved. Sometimes I want to sleep at night and I hear the Holy Spirit telling me, is this all you have to do for today? So you feel as you want to sleep today, now you're satisfied. What have you even achieved today that you want? And I keep on asking myself, how will I get there? How will I become big? You have a lot of people that have become big in this business, big in this sector, and all of that. So I'm always motivated, by the people that have gone ahead of me, seeing all of the things that they've achieved, and knowing that as long as I have God, anything is possible. And if they can do it, I can do more.
Wow.
It's been interesting. I think I just like we should have him again. Now, if you check, for the past 7 years now, rest has been in vogue.
Yes.
I getting it. It has been in vogue. Like a lot of people that miss out as a then, like if it's one or then, do you understand? A lot of people missed out. So the opportunity still, come up again. Yes, it's still come up again. So people are now diving into it. Now I want to ask, but from now to 10 years to come, do you still think that this real estate of a team will still be booming like the way it's booming right now? Because a lot of people just realize that okay, I didn't invest before. My father didn't invest before. I need to start investing now. So do you not think from now to 10 years, this thing will still be evolving?
Yes, it will definitely evolve, because as long as we continue to have lands, as long as you have lands, real estate will never ever go out of vogue. What will just continue to happen is a migration of location. Maybe when a particular location, like the way real estate is, moved over the last 2-3 years, from Lagos, from Ekpe to Ibejuleki. Now people are beginning to cross the toll gate and go into Ibadan. People are going to Delta State. People are going to Abuja. You have estates, in a lot of places. So as long as people are ready to key into developing a particular area, real estate can never go out of vogue. So it's not just about a particular location. Now we're also I'm trying to see how we can get estates, in different states in Nigeria. So one of the things that we're also calling for now is partnership. Partnership with people that say, oh, okay, let's have an estate in Nigeria, let's have an estate in Abia State. Something big, something that will contribute to urbanization, something that will contribute, to the growth of the economy, something that will create jobs and all of that. So as far as I'm concerned, real estate can never go out of vogue.
Exactly. Now, do you think Lagos is saturated?
To an extent, saturated when it comes to real estate companies and all of that. The competition here is massive. If you are not strong, you cannot survive in the real estate sector in Nigeria. Only on this Lekki Ekpe Expressway, there are countless real estate companies, that have different properties that are selling different stuff, and all of that. So it is saturated in Lagos. But like I said before, if you know your niche, if you understand your niche, and if you stay focused on it, and if you distinguish yourself, there's room for everybody.
Because they say the best place to invest is in Lagos. But I'm trying to vote against that. Because
that is just because of those amazing landmarks that people know are in this corridor. Now, if somebody that is knowledgeable will prefer to buy a land in Ibejuleki than buy a land in Okoko. It's not as if there are no developments in Okoko, but he's looking at the strategic things that will ensure that that will ensure that the land that he's buying will triple in value over a period of time. So the development here is more than the development in other sides. So if you get to different states where they have different development, definitely real estate will be booming.
Exactly. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
you. We are blessed having Dr. Desire today.
Thank you so much.
We'll still find that to see for further discussion.
We're gonna have you.
Whenever you need me, just call on me. I'll be glad to honor the invitation.
And more. Okay. I have Mr. Tony Onoche in the studio too. Okay. As many people watching this video and seeing, everything here, I used to say something. I said when somebody teach you from what he just read in school, he's teaching. But when somebody teach you from experience, it's impact.
Yes.
So this platform there are a lot of impact that is out there. So I would just want him to just talk about it, keep on listening. Mr. T.
Okay, so now it's been amazing so far having Mr. Desire here. Like really happy. I'm so inspired, honestly. You see, platforms like this are platforms that a lot of people really need to be able to empower themselves. Are you getting it? And to be able to, learn. Are you getting it? And also see how they can be able to, change and come up with new initiative.
Yeah.
Are you following now? So platforms like this are platforms that we're talking about business and lifestyle in general, because there are different areas a lot of people really want to learn. Okay, and that's why we have to set up this, because we have seen over time in the media industry that there are certain things that we need to address. Okay, in the area of business, finance, real estate, relationship and all of that. Okay, so we saw that people are lacking some of these things, so we decided to form this platform so that they can it will be like a place where they can actually learn. Okay. So if you are there watching us, keep watching this platform, which is called the Orange Vibe, business and lifestyle. Okay, so don't go out there, keep watching, and you're going to be learning a lot.
Okay, it has been a wonderful time with Dr. Desire here in the studio, and it was a wonderful, it's a blaster. I don't know the particular words to use for that. Yeah, so we really appreciate him. Dr. Desire, really appreciate your coming. Thank you for your time in the studio today. Mr. Anoche, Tony, thank you for your time. And you out there, stay tuned. This is Orange Vibes, and there are more things that are coming up in this platform, and you staying tuned to this will be blessed. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you, sir.
Wow.